Hi friends! Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Casper, the boy diviner, and I have something really special to share with you guys today. I'm Singaporean and there are quite a few tarot readers in Singapore, just not on social media or not on the YouTube space at least. And I'm always excited to look at things done by Singaporean artists as well. So far I've shown a quick walkthrough before of my friend's deck, The Tarot of Passing Showers by Valerie Chia. And now I have another sort of deck to share with you guys from a Singaporean artist. It's by T. Shu Xia. So, you know, I don't know if it's Shu Xia or Shu Xia. I don't know what the pronunciation of a name is in Chinese, but Shu Xia actually gives me the image of under a tree. And her art is a lot about nature as well. As you can tell, the Zombie Diaries. So this is actually a zine. A really nice, interesting zine, but in the center there is cards. So what you're supposed to do is to pull this bundle out, paste cardboard behind these cards, and then cut it out so you can use it as a deck. So I just wanted to quickly show you guys that this is what you get when you order this. If you order this, you get the write-up of each card, suggestions on how to use the cards, and how to make the cards, which is basically what I mentioned, to pull this out, paste cardboard and cut it out. But I really enjoy the guidebook here because there are so many interesting thoughts. I think my favorite card is actually this one. So some of the cards, you know, there are 15 cards in total, which is not many. I do hope Shu Xia thinks about expanding this oracle deck in future. So this is my favorite card, the Touch Me Not. See, zombies are dead and do not breathe. This head zombie, however, has been holding its breath for a long time, thinking it should be human. So it reminds me of something from Joy Luck Club, where, you know, where when you're old, as Asian people believe that, you know, our breath is our life. So there's to stop your spirit from escaping your body. If you're really sick, you have to hold your mouth shut. You don't talk so much, or else your spirit will just leave you. And this is the kind of feeling like this zombie is already dead, thinking he has a soul and just holding on to that soul as much as he can. But you know, sooner or later he has to let out that last sigh. That's so beautiful, that's so powerful. The mimosa now folds its leaves in acknowledgement of this release and awakening, the acceptance, you know, of what is going on. And mimosa is a very Singaporean plant. I don't know if it's common in the US or anywhere else, but in Singapore, the mimosa is everywhere, and I always, you know, want to touch it, and I love the pink color flower. So this is really giving me the kind of nostalgia, the kind of a local flavor that I want in a deck. You might be wondering why I didn't cut this out, because Shu Xia was really nice and she made a copy of it for me, so I didn't have to do anything. This is the title card, and let me show you the cards now so that you can see how beautiful her art is and how evocative some of the images are. I don't know what it is about. Maybe Singapore artists feel like they have something to really show and prove. Even Valerie's art was very visceral. This art is also very visceral and very vibrant. So hibiscus, also very common in Singapore. You can see the ants crawling on the face. Glowworms. I really like her story about the glowworms, about how she's seen the glowworms. I can't really remember the story. Let me just quickly check. Basically, she went to a residency for some project, and she actually saw glowworms, and this is just to show how courageous she had to feel when she walked into the forest, and also about how glowworms appear very differently in the day and the night. So it shows that there's some beauty in the night, there's some beauty within you that you need to recognize. How beautiful is this? So even though it's a zombie deck, or a zombie zine, zombie diary zine, a zombie deck, and the art can be macabre, I do feel like there is a beauty and a vibrancy to the colors of this deck. Also, these backings are done by her. Beautiful. I would have just used my, you know, my lousy card stock. I have like flashcard stuff that I was planning to use with this lamppost. Can you see how creative this is? This is a heart as a lamppost. So listen to your heart, let your heart guide you. Let it be the lamppost that you need in the middle of the night. Meadow. The eyeballs. So in this world, these eyeballs are very, very, very prevalent. So these are eyeball zombies, according to her. And they've become wild, trying to search for food. So this eyeball is actually looking at you. Is there a way to leave the meadow? Is there a way to expand their reach? Beach morning glory. The morning glory is also a very local plant. You can see the finger here touching that morning glory. I feel like there's a sense of survival here, a sense of love, support, courage. You can see she provides keywords for each card in the deck, so this really works as an oracle deck as well. Canal, something also very Singaporean. I don't know if people, I don't know, I really don't know. I've seen canals overseas, I've seen rivers, about in the present, instinct in the nature and the wild. And it's actually inspired by a specific canal next to a park in Singapore. So there's a sense that they're struggling to survive in the canal because during heavy rain, the canal gets really, really rough. Breakwater, I really like this image so much. There's a sense that even if you lose your head, even though you don't know where you're going, even though you're so lost, there's a way to break water. There's a way to float, come up, arrive, survive. So looking at the keywords here, strength, fearlessness. So the headless zombie is a reckless creature. It cannot perceive danger, but it is also very optimistic. The breakwater protects, but it isn't easy to climb. So there's a sense that, that optimism pushes this zombie on. Dragon, a very interesting one. I think this might be a Komodo dragon. I'm really not sure. So she also has a little quote. So you can see a great gust of wind approached us. With a twinkle in its eye, Draco unfolded its leathery wings and with a resounding flap and leapt. So there is a belief, empowerment, adventure to this card. And I love that she explains European dragons and Chinese dragons because it's something I also talked about in my Star Spinner Tarot talk walkthrough. There's a difference between the dragons and the culture. So there's a common, this is a common gliding lizard, not a Komodo dragon. This is a tiny one. Carrion, a cycle, talks about survival as well. The zombie here is being eaten by this bird, but it still survives as an intestine. So it's about that never-ending cycle of living, samsara. I don't know if it's samsara. My Buddhist knowledge has really dropped so much. Blind snake. There's a heart there too, beautiful. This is about refuge, healing. You can see that it's so circular, it's so healing. So every body part here, she actually calls it a zombie. So this is a heart zombie. I think she comes with the viewpoint that if a zombie gets separated, every single part survives by itself, has its own consciousness. I think it's really interesting how she sees this. Also, this blind snake, she actually included all these little tidbits, and that makes it so local. This blind snake was actually thought to be kind of extinct in Singapore, but then was rediscovered in 2019, so that's beautiful. Here, mushroom. The sense of growth, the sense of proliferation, Let's take a look. Community, trust, interdependence. So yes, there's a sense of, what do you call that? A symbiotic relationship here. Petrified tree. Beautiful. Letting go, transformation, time. So the tree has turned to stone because it's been petrified. I don't know if you guys have petrified wood. And some crystal shops sell it. So this is an angsana tree seed. Also very local. Angsana trees are so common in Singapore. I don't know if you guys know what it is, but we often learn the angsana tree when we're in primary school or secondary school about how this tree uses wind to proliferate. It uses wind to move its seed from place to place. Okay, that's why it has this little webbed whatever, it's like a little egg. Nest, home, belonging, identity. So this is a thumb zombie. Looking at these, these are figurative HDB flats. This is what I'm planning to buy, a little apartment in one of these flats. Don't know how it is overseas, but from this you can get how local this deck is. You know, part of why this deck really calls out to me is also because I used to want to write short stories about Singapore being taken over by zombies. We are an island country, so it is really interesting thinking if the whole world actually is proliferated by zombies, can we survive on our own as an island and protect ourselves? Since, you know, planes, everything won't be running. You know, touch me not. Again, I already spoke about this and how this is mimosa. Mimosas close when you touch them, so his breath actually closed all these mimosa. And then the last card here, love vine. Trapped, exploitation, entanglement. I love that, you know, this has such a positive connotation, love, but the vine part talks about, you know, how people sometimes, when love is not true, when love is a selfish love, it can actually be really torturous. So apparently there's a real plant called the love vine here. She talks about it, about how it's parasitic and it feeds on its host. It actually grows aggressively and forms dense mats over their prey. The stems are actually used medicinally, so that's really interesting. There's a sense that a struggle between suffocation and protection here. I love that. Okay, let's draw a quick card. Let's do a quick little shuffle. This one. Lamppost. Wisdom, perseverance, hope. This is on the East Coast Parkway, Expressway and Flyover. It's so interesting. This little heart zombie is full of hope, right? It found a lamppost, is guarding the lamppost, is lighting up itself so that people can find it. You know, be a beacon of hope for others. I think this is what basically the card is trying to tell us. And I'm looking at this. I hope you guys enjoyed this walkthrough of this beautiful, colorful deck. If you're interested, I'm going to put a link to her Etsy shop at the bottom. I think right now, at this point in time of filming, I'm not sure when this video comes out, but at this point in filming, this zombie zine is actually sold out, but she is opening it up for pre-orders because she's planning to print it again. If you guys enjoyed the deck, please comment down below. I'll let her know, I'll give her the feedback, because I feel like there is a potential to make this like a real deck, like not a DIY one, but if she can come up with another like 20 or 30 cards, you know, make it a real deck, I think it has a lot of potential. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this walkthrough. I hope you guys enjoyed this little ramble, and you guys have a great rest of the day. You take care. Bye.